Okay, so part two of our video. So we just finished the low fence. So we're on LL. Click on data tab. We're gonna do the difference from the mean, and then we're gonna do sum of squared differences. Okay, so you're gonna click on data. In B1, you're gonna type difference from the mean. Over here, you're gonna go to B2, type equals, click on A2, and then type a minus sign, and then click back on the statistics tab and click on the mean in cell B4, and then hit enter, and that will tell you how far away 12.3 is from the mean. But before you copy this equation or this formula, I want you to edit it. So you can edit by double clicking and edit right here, or if you do a single click, notice you can edit up here. So up here, I'm going to type in the change I want to make, which is I want you to put dollar signs in front of the B and between the B and the 4. And when you hit enter after that, it will autofill and you will click the check mark. And that just tells it not to change that B4. See, on all these formulas, if you look at them, this cell is changing, but this one's staying the same. Okay, now over here, you're going to write differences squared. So we're going to square all the differences. So that's in C1, and in C2, you're going to type equals. You're going to click on B2, and then you're going to type the hat, which is above the 6. So Shift 6 gives you a hat. Then you type a 2. That's saying square the number. And then you're going to click the check mark again. So now we've calculated the differences from the mean, and we've squared those differences. Let's see where we are. We are down here. So now we're on VV, and we're going to do sum of squared differences. Okay, so we're going to sum those babies up in cell D1, right here, WW. Okay, so D1 on the statistics tab, I'm going to type sum of squared differences. Notice it's longer than the column. So if you put your cursor right here, you see those two bars hit there. Click on your left mouse button and hold it, and then drag that over there. You can make the column bigger. So that's kind of nice, right? Okay, and then here we're just going to type equals sum, open parentheses, and we're going to go to the data tab, and we're going to press C this time because that's what we are summing. Close parenthesis, click enter. Okay, so that's the sum of squared differences. Now, in D2, we're going to type variance, and the variance is the average of the sum of squared differences. So I'm going to say equals the sum of squared differences, and an average is divided by the number of numbers. So that should be n, but don't forget, we talked about this for standard deviation, but it works. You have to do it at this point because we're getting to the standard deviation. You want to subtract 1 if it's a sample, and this is a sample. So I'm going to put a parenthesis in front of that B1, and then type a minus, and then type 1, close parenthesis. You have to put those parentheses there. If you just type E1 divided by B1 minus 1, it's going to divide by 252 and then subtract 1. You want to subtract 1 from 252 and then divide E1 by that number. So this is your variance. And now down here in D4, you're going to type standard deviation 1. And the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So we're going to type equals SQRT, open parenthesis, click on E2, close parenthesis, enter, and there's my standard deviation 1. So can you guess what we're going to do? We're going to use the Google Sheets standard deviation and see if they are the same. So now I'm going to type equals STD, and I want to type STD. I like this one, STDEV.S. That's saying standard deviation of the sample. If you do dot P, its population. So now what I can do is go all the way back to A. If I do the standard deviation of this, it should give me the same number. Look at that. So you can use this formula to get your answers quick, but I hope that this illustrated for you how the formula works. This is what the formula is doing. It's subtracting each number from the mean, it's squaring it, it's taking the average by dividing it by n minus 1, and then it takes the square root of that number, okay? So now, where are we? Oh, so we're gonna just make the we're just gonna make it look a little cleaner by cleaning up there's so many numbers after the decimal point, right? So let's clean this up a little bit by going like this. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh, it says to do it. It says to do it on the B column. I think we should do it. Oh, yeah. I didn't follow my own instructions. What it really said to do was this, and then holding. So you click on the B, and then hold down the Shift button and click on the E, and that'll do it for everything. So then we could go like that. Ooh, I went too many. Go up one. Yes, so now everything has one decimal place. Okay, I think we're done because the last thing asks you to type your answers. Make one more sheet. We're on step 3. You're going to go to sheet. You're going to say plus sheet 6, but instead of, you're going to rename it questions. And then in here, you are going to type your answers to these 4 questions. So I want you to think about these 4 questions under B. So you're going to type your answers. I'm not going to type answers right now, but I'm going to just say, here's my answer to question 1. Here's my answer to question 2. You know, you can also go like that. So it's one nice big line. Here's my answer to question 3. And here's my answer to question 4. Okay, so now I'm done. I can go back to this classwork tab and open up the assignment, and you want that little box in the upper right, so you have to click view instructions to see it. And here you go, you click turn in, and then you click turn in again, and you are done. Okay.